I spent a couple days helping him as well. So he will not be here tonight with us. For those of you who do not know me, my name is Richard Weberg, and usually on Wednesday nights, it is me and my son John that do these live webinars. And tonight, John is finishing getting everything set up in his new house that he has just moved into. So like I said, he will not be joining us tonight. Now, I didn't get the email out in time to most everybody and to Mike earlier today, so there probably will not be a ton of people on tonight's webinar, and that is fine because everybody who made it is who was supposed to make it tonight. So we shouldn't have a ton of people on here tonight, but I'm going to try to make this a little bit shorter tonight. Let me see here. What we had planned, and which I can still do, is we were going to do, if everybody was here last week, we did a little bit of what we called Mike Night, and we had some people come up here and join us and actually give some of their thoughts on the business and, you know, different things that they have been through and what they started and how they got started. And that was really fun and very interesting. It was really nice to talk to other people that we hadn't talked to before live and with everybody else on here. So my first question is there any new people on here tonight that are completely new to the business? If you are, can you put yes? If there's anybody here tonight that is completely new to the business. Okay, I do not see no yeses, so most everybody on here tonight is already a member and been a member for a while, which is great. Felice, Richard, can you tell us your story real quick again? I think everybody probably, maybe we could share somebody else's story tonight. What do you think about that? Or do you really want to hear my story? I can give you the short, condensed version. Reader's Digest. So we can do anybody on here tonight that would like to come up here with me. Let's do that first. I would love to bring somebody else up here so that I can ask you some questions about Now Lifestyle or give some other, some other point of view besides our own all the time. So I would love to have one of you come up here and I would love to ask you some questions. So is there anybody on here right now that would like to come up here that I could bring up live with me? You guys are really quiet tonight. Type a yes if you do. Wow, it's like crickets tonight. Inquiring minds want to know. Yes. How about Donalyn? What about you, Donalyn? I haven't talked to you live, Donalyn. We see you all over the place. Yeah, hold on one sec. Yeah, we'll bring Donalyn up here. And I apologize for the slow start here. It's just I've had a lot to do the last few days, so my mind is got a lot in it right now. It needs to be emptied out. If I can do this from my husband's laptop, LOL. I'm sure you can, Donalyn. Okay, well, I gotta turn your thing on so you can. There's the mic. So now you just have to go to the talk now, Donalyn. It's down below. I did click on the thing to allow you to come up. Donalyn, okay, hold on. So we're just waiting for Donald to see. Here she comes.
I come in. Wait a minute, moderator invite you to join.
Oh, I had you there for a minute. We had you there for a minute. Hopefully we can get Donald back. Let me try. Try again, Donald. It goes off. Try one more time.
Come on.
We almost got. It's like getting someone from a teleporter in Star Trek. Yes. Well, that's okay. Instead of doing that right now, maybe I'll tell you a little bit about my story and how I came to be hooked up with Joel and now Lifestyle. I started marketing online about 15 plus years ago, and I was actually living in welfare housing when I got started. I moved my family into welfare housing because I had a failed brick and mortar business. I owned some retail stores in our town, one of which was in our local mall. And our local mall became a barren wasteland because of the economy up here. Our economy is totally based off of the mining industry. And when the mining industry goes down, everything else goes down with it because it's like a spinoff of the mines. Without the mines here, nothing else would really exist. They're all, other businesses that supply the mines, and then other businesses that supply those businesses, and other businesses that supply those businesses, and then some base businesses of retail and, food and stuff like that. But when the economy goes down here, it really just tanks. I mean, it destroys a lot of people's businesses. And back, I don't remember the year now, but 15 plus years ago, when I found internet marketing, I actually was going back to school. And I was doing it online, and I had taken some courses to educate myself in the business process and finance to figure out what I could have done differently so I could have survived when the economy plummeted here. And that's when I happened to find internet marketing. I had clicked on an ad online because I was going to school online, taking online classes, and I had found an ad for internet marketing. And I got interested in it because I seen it as a means to, hey, I could eventually do this, plus I could work a job at the same time or run another traditional type business. So I kept going to school for a bit, and I kept getting more and more interested in the marketing I was learning, and more, and it just kept pulling me that way. And then I went through, in that process, I had some family issues with my ex-wife, and at the time we were married, and she basically blamed me for everything that ever happened to us. At that point, we had been married for about 15 years, me and her. And she basically laughed at me for trying internet marketing. And I was really devastated by that. And that's what led me to a decision, which I always tell everybody is the greatest decision that I ever made, which is I vowed at that moment that I would never quit doing this stuff and that I would be successful at it no matter what. And that was the greatest decision about this kind of stuff that I ever made, and it was because somebody close to me, dear to me, laughed at me. And then some other things happened. Yeah, thank goodness I did make that decision. I've affected many people's lives over the years, and my life has totally been affected by other people and all of you. There's some great relationships over the years that we have built because we've met and talked to people, and like doing these webinars and through email marketing have gotten to know people really well. And some of these people have became our very dearest friends. People like Joel Terry and Mike Potvin and many, many other people. Many of them I considered brothers, just like brothers to me. But that was a hard process to go through. Many people think that, they have it hard, and there's more to my story, which I'm going to tell my whole story. Me and John are going to run through our story at the event. So I truly hope that you all are going to the event, because you're going to hear in much more greater depth than what I'm telling you right now. But, everybody has a story that needs to be told, and your story can impact other people. And other people need to hear your story. And that's another reason why you want to be successful, because you can impact other people's lives because they can relate to some of the things that you went through. And, sometimes, of course, we look at these things as we go through them and we're like, I don't want to go through this. I mean, there was many times as I first was building my business, and I had my computer in a little desk that I had, when we were in welfare housing in the basement, because there was these apartments we lived in were like, had a little basement. And then because where we live, there's winter and all different kinds of things, reasons why we have basements up here. But I was down in this basement, and many nights I would literally cry because I was devastated and embarrassed because of going bankrupt and having to move my family into welfare housing. And then I had my cars repossessed. I mean, I literally hid my vehicles from the repo man, and they found them and took them. And so, I got another vehicle that was beat to death. And I remember working on it in the parking lot of, these apartments where we lived. And that was embarrassing, laying under my car in a parking lot, working on, the car, and being in that situation. And I actually knew some of the people that worked for HUD and the Section 8 housing complex. And they seen me there one day because they were doing some maintenance on one of the apartments, and came up to me and asked what I was doing there. And I told them I was living there. And that was another very humbling moment, because I just took it as, I failed. I got depressed for a while because I failed. It was something I had to work through, that because I was laughed at and basically made to feel like everything was my fault. Now, through that process, it made me stronger. It made me strive to be successful again, and gave me the attitude and the ability that I was never going to quit, and I would make this work. And I did. And here I am 15 plus years later. But I learned a lot of lessons along the way. And I always like to say, a lot of you are going to have aha moments, like the light bulb comes on and everything makes more sense. And that was one of mine along my journey. There was at one point, after about 2.5 years of doing this internet marketing stuff, where I was actually like, wow, making money online is actually really simple. It makes sense to me now. It took me like 2.5 years to understand why I wasn't successful right away, why I wasn't making any money. And like I said, I used to cry at times at night because I needed this to work so badly, and I wanted to change my stances. I literally wanted to take a sledgehammer and smash my computer into itty bitty pieces at times. I went through a divorce at the same time while I was trying to do all this stuff. And it was just difficult, very difficult. You got to have a lot of, fortitude to make it through that. And, I didn't have no money neither because I went bankrupt. Everything I had to get rid of or sell or whatever just to make ends meet because the economy here was tanked. And I was trying to find a job while I was working online because I knew I needed money coming in. And so in the meantime, while I was trying to make my business work, I actually sold stuff. I sold my TV set. I was like, why do I need a TV set if we're completely broke? So we can sit in the house and watch TV? That's not going to help my situation any. So I sold my TV set. I did some other stuff to, have some funds to put into my marketing because like I said, I was dead fast determined I was going to be successful. There's nothing going to stop me. But that process was long, 2.5 years. And then finally I had an aha moment where the whole time I knew that you should be building your email marketing list. Exactly what Now Lifestyle teaches you to do is leads. Without leads, your business is dead in the water. Without people, traffic, your business does not exist. You will never make any money online. You have to have a lead source. And I wasn't doing that. What I was doing in the beginning, sorry about that. My computer was going to time itself out because I left it idle for so long. But what I was doing in the beginning was running around plastering links all over the place where like they were the main affiliate link for something, like our main sign up page, where you can sign up free members, or a page where you can sign up paid members. I was actually advertising the sign up pages. I wasn't advertising a lead capture page. I wasn't purchasing done for you Facebook leads like with Joel. I was just running around there putting links everywhere, and it wasn't working at all because you're not generating leads. See, in internet marketing period, all marketing online, you have to be able to follow up with people. You have to. That's what will create congruency and create sales every day. When you have enough leads coming in, you have enough people to follow up with that you can literally create sales every single day. But I wasn't doing that process. And even the biggest companies online that you can think of, all of them use autoresponders, same thing as our lead capture system. They all use autoresponders. Walmart does. Any company you've ever signed up to purchase stuff, or you created a shopping cart, you went there and joined the site so you had a membership there, they all email you. And there's a reason they do, because email marketing is what drives the internet economy. It truly is. So if you're on here and you have very little experience with marketing and doing this stuff, and you're fairly new to this stuff, just remember that without leads and without an autoresponder lead capture system, there is no follow-up. And you're not going to make any money online. And that's what's so great about Now Lifestyle is our whole system is designed around the tools that every successful marketer needs to run their business. If I didn't have the lead capture system, I didn't have the autoresponder, we didn't have this web conferencing software, none of us would be very successful, because these are tools. Right now, this is a form of engagement. What we're doing right now, this is a form of follow-up, because we're engaging. You have to be able to engage with people in the long term. And all of Now Lifestyle is centered around teaching all of you, all of us, what you absolutely have to do in order to have success online. Doesn't matter what you're promoting, because you need these tools in order to be successful. And bring you back to my story, that's when I first had my first aha moment. When I first realized years ago, after I didn't make no money for 2.5 years, that, wow, I need to be building my list. I need to be driving leads so I can follow up with them. And I don't know why I didn't listen before that. I didn't. I just was like, I don't know why. I just did not listen. It was the weirdest thing. Why all of a sudden at that moment it actually finally made sense to me. And I was like, why was I being so dumb so long? Why didn't I just take the advice of people that have been successful already? I was trying to recreate the wheel. And that's what most people do wrong. Trying to build your Now Lifestyle business, trying to build anything out there, is everybody tries to recreate the wheel instead of just following with what a system says to do. Now, lifestyle, we have simple steps to follow. We go try recreating things. We try doing things differently because we don't feel that we can do this or that, or we can't come up with $25 to buy some leads, or so we try doing all these other things instead of what actually works. And all that does is slow down the process to success. What's the fastest way to success? Is by following the system, following the Now Lifestyle steps inside your members area, watching the videos. I had a person one time that sent me a support question for a site that I own. And they sent me a support question, and it was would have been a long answer typed out. I mean, I would have been there typing for a couple pages worth for a simple video. And I sent them the video and said, here, please watch this. This will make way better sense than if I wrote this out. This will actually help you more. And it actually gives you instruction on my screen of how to exactly do X, Y, Z that you're asking. The person responded to that and said, I'm sorry, but I can't watch video. I'm not going to sit here and watch a video. I just want you to explain it to me. I was like, I sent him an email back and I said, you know, if I write this out, you still don't know how to do it. A video that shows you exactly how to do it, and you can watch the screen, pause it, play it, save it, come back to it, and actually see what I'm doing, I think that would help you a lot more. This person responded again, well, if you're not going to explain it to me, I'm not interested in, joining whatever I was talking to this person about, when they sent in the support ticket. I said, that's fine, because obviously you'll never be successful. No matter what. I mean, if you can't take the time to watch a how-to video, it'd be like a doctor going, I don't need to learn, this parts of becoming a doctor because I don't have time for that. I don't have time for that. But then yet they can go operate on you, even though they decided they were going to skip class the whole time and learn how to operate. It's just like that. I mean, I'm trying to draw a comparison here for you that everybody can understand. It's always just follow what other successful people have done. And then what you have to do is actually make sure that you take that necessary action to do that. See, I think what I was doing in the beginning years ago, and why I didn't listen at first to build my list, because I think I didn't want to spend any more than what I had spent, because I was so completely broke that, because I didn't understand it at first, I decided I wasn't going to do it because I wasn't sure that it would work for me. Even though I was determined I was going to be successful, I went about it the roundabout way. And that's the biggest thing to being successful, is you have to get yourself out of the way sometimes. And that's what I finally did, is I got myself out of the way. So back to my story, what ended up happening then is I started building my email list. And I just started following a system that I had found that gave me some basic setup, because back when I started, there was no done-for-you stuff like with Now Lifestyle. Now Lifestyle makes it easy as pie because everything's done for you. The lead pages are connected to the lead capture system, so you can email people as soon as they opt in. Back when I started list building, you had to learn how to build a page yourself. You had to know some HTML. You had to know how to connect that page to an autoresponder. You had to learn how to use an autoresponder. You had to learn how to advertise, where to go get leads from, because you weren't doing it the right way. Basically, you had to do a whole bunch of trial and error, and then you didn't know if your lead capture page would convert because you had no experience. So you had to learn all that kind of stuff, but I found a somewhat rough system back then, and I put it together, and I started getting leads that same day. It took me like 8 hours to put the system together, and I started getting leads that same day, and I made more money in the next 30 days. Actually, I made more money that week than I had made the prior 2.5 years combined. Now, that wasn't a fortune, but because of that 2.5 years where I did not listen to any other successful people that were telling me the things that I needed to do to be successful, because I did not listen, I didn't make any money for 2.5 years. I was always doing it my own way. I was trying to recreate the wheel. I was only following partial directions. When I finally got myself out of the way and I started following direction, I made more money in the next week than I did the prior 2.5 years. And from there, it just grew and grew and grew. Yes, I had some ups and downs, but nothing like that first 2.5 years. I started making money. I started understanding the process, because it's the process online that will set you free. You know, Now Lifestyle is the greatest opportunity you are ever going to find, hands down, but it's because Now Lifestyle teaches you the right process, and that process is what's going to set you free, meaning the steps. Because you have to have the follow-up. You have to have leads. You have to use lead capture pages. You need a source of leads, and all that is provided to you in Now Lifestyle. You know, you can buy done-for-you Facebook leads that they've already been pre-vented for you. I mean, how awesome is that? This process is here for anybody to use, and anybody can have success with it. The more you follow that process in Now Lifestyle, the faster you will have success. So you look at the leaderboard, you know, the leaderboard in Now Lifestyle. You look at the people at the top of the leaderboard, and all those people have done differently is they either, like me, have years of experience and already understand how to do all this stuff. So I follow the system religiously every single day. Or they're newer to marketing, like Daniel Kump. He does not, you know, he's not been in this game 15 plus years. He's been in it relatively a short period of time in comparison. But he got really good at following the process and learning the process and doing it over and over again religiously. And the people that are more towards the top of the leaderboard, that's the only difference, is they're following the process very religiously. And other people that are moving up quickly on the leaderboard, that's what they're doing. They're going out, they're being consistent every single day in their efforts to become successful in Now Lifestyle. And they're following the process of getting leads. They have a good lead flow. And that is your key, because if you don't have leads flowing in, you have nobody to follow up with. And over the years, that's what I got really good at, was the follow-up process. If there's one thing I can tell you, there's two things you master. You absolutely master. And number one is traffic or getting the leads. Now, Joel Tarian has made that completely simple with Now Lifestyle. You can buy the done-for-you Facebook leads. You don't even have to know where to get them. He does that for you. Number two is I became a master at the follow-up. So I mastered traffic, people, how to get them, and I mastered the follow-up. And that's what Johnny has done, my son. Same thing. We mastered the follow-up process. We are really good at connecting with people. Sometimes we're weird. You know, a lot of you have seen some of our webinars. We're goofy sometimes. We're funny. Sometimes we repeat ourselves, you know, but we got really good at reaching people. We got really good at connecting with them through email marketing, you know, sending broadcast emails every day to our list. So there's a golden nugget, as Daniel Kump would say, is if you're not following up with your list every single day and being consistent, you're not going to have the same results, because that's where it comes in. It comes in through the follow-up process, and why you want to master the follow-up process. Now, are you going to be great at everything right away? No. I like to say, and I've said this a very long time, that repetition of doing something over and over again is the mother of all skill. Anything that you do over and over and over again, you get really, really good at it. You know, think about your jobs. Think about anything that you've learned and mastered. Like if you play guitar really well, or you're a great violinist, or you're super auto mechanic, or you're a great nurse, or a great doctor. These things were not learned instantly. You kept repeating actions, learning, and you got really, really good at it. One of my friends, one time, this was years ago, my car broke down, and I was actually on the highway. And I called a friend of mine because I knew he lived in the area, and I had no idea what was wrong. And I knew a few things about cars and stuff, and I couldn't get the vehicle to start whatsoever. And I literally called him, told him exactly what the car was doing, but he had been working on cars since he was a little kid. His dad actually owned a used car dealership where we live, and he worked on cars in his garage with his dad since a tiny kid. And I needed to change a part, and I don't remember what part it was at this time, but he was literally able, over the phone, by me telling him the make, model, and year of the car, and what part I was changing, he actually was able to tell me what wrench size to use on the bolts, because he had done the stuff so much. He knew the bolt size of almost any part for a car because he had worked on so many different vehicles that he knew what bolt size they were. I didn't even have to like grab a different wrench and see if that was the right one. I just followed what he told me to do. I just followed what he told me to do. Guess what? I put the part in without any heartache whatsoever, put the keys in the ignition, started up, and I drove home. It was amazing. Somebody gave me a ride to go get the part. But I was able to do it by talking to him on the phone. And he walked me completely through it step by step. And that's what Now Lifestyle is all about. Now Lifestyle is about teaching everyone step by step through a process of like these webinars, through the Facebook group, through the steps in your back office, watching some how-to videos. Many of the leaders, including me and Johnny, have done how-to video after how-to video that can help you learn any aspect of this business. And many of the other leaders, like I said, and many of your upline or your sponsors have done videos. You can reach out and ask anybody for them, or look them up on YouTube, because that's where most of us put the how-to videos. But you can learn any aspect of this business. It's just as, the saying, if the dream is big enough, the facts don't count. And in my story, truly the dream was big enough and the facts didn't matter. My situation did not matter. I made it through and learned the right process and kept implementing that process day in and day out, no matter what was going on in my life. And I became successful doing this stuff. So much so that by the time I was 39, I no longer needed a job to work for anybody else. I did work a job while I was building my internet business, because you want to take care of your family's obligations, and I wanted extra money to purchase more leads. And yeah, by the time I was 39, I never had to work for anybody ever again. And my son, John, is 20 years old. He just moved into his second house over the weekend and yesterday. He hasn't worked for anybody except for a couple weeks when he was going to high school, and he only worked that job to generate extra money to buy traffic for his business. He's never worked for a soul after graduating from high school, and nor does he need to. When you have a dream or a strong why of something that you really want and you really want to happen in your life, that's what gets you through all the heartache, the glitches, the not knowing how to do something, the questions, the irritating things, every little flaw or bad thing that can happen to you. It's the dream that gets you through it. It's what you desire as an outcome from doing this business is what gets you through it. It's just like working out. You take a look at Joel's physique, dang well that he really wanted to have the body that he has, because he built it and continues to build it. That's because of his why. Everything we do is because of our why in life, period. No matter what it is. If you go and have a barbecue tomorrow, that's because of your desire to have a barbecue tomorrow. And that's the way everything works. Is at first it's a seed up here in your mind, and it's your mind what drives you to take action. So you have to decide, why do I want to build this business? What am I willing to go through to build this business? How important is it to me? Do you want freedom? I wanted freedom so bad I could taste it, literally. I hated working paycheck to paycheck. I could not stand that. it sometimes people have like a set amount of money that's in their mind. Like years ago, I always had this figure in mind of $3,000 a month. I was super focused on $3,000 a month. I was always like, if I could take home $3,000 a month, this was a long time ago, my life would be so different. Because up here, $3,000 a month take home, you can live a really great lifestyle on that because of our cost of living is not super expensive up here. So I was always focused on that number. But then when you pass it, eventually money starts to not mean the same thing to you anymore, neither. You know, some of the stuff I'm talking about here is your mindset changes. It's what the money gives you. It's what the money can give you, and the change in your lifestyle of when money isn't the end all of everything because you have enough of it. You know, that's what I was tired, not having enough of it. You know, I hated when my kids would come to me and be like, Dad, we need money for XYZ. And I'd be like, oh God, I really am broke right now. I don't. And you get irritated at them, you know, or they break something and you don't have money to replace it. You know, my parents, I shot out all of the garage windows. I used to play hockey when I was a kid, and I put a board up against the garage, and I would take slap shots at that board, and I put hockey pucks through all the, because we had a wood garage door with several windows on it, and I shot out every one of those windows, and they all ended up being boards. Parents didn't want to replace them. You know, everything costs money. But you can take that out of the equation in life when you make enough of it. And it's not such a focus. Your focus changes in life to how can I enjoy life even more, because it is so wonderful when you don't live paycheck to paycheck and money isn't that end all anymore. So, you know, sometimes people come into this business and go, well, I got to buy leads, cost $25, or I got to buy a solo ad, cost $50. You know, all those things become a mute point when you're building your business, because you're not paying attention, because you're paying attention to the dream of where you want to go. And I did this business. Anybody can do it. Where I started off in welfare housing and having the repo man take my cars and not having the dollar for nothing, literally, I think at my rent at the time I was paying was $30 a month, because that was based on your income you had coming in, and I had nothing. So they had to charge me a minimal, and it was like $30 a month till I found a job. But all of that drive and that why is what will get you through all that kind of stuff, and realize that, you know, everything that you're doing, all the effort you're putting in all the time, it's all towards that why, and your life will absolutely change. It will absolutely change if you don't give up. But that, like I said, in telling you my story, and for those of you who haven't been here the whole time since we've been on tonight, that was the greatest decision I ever made. Was I told myself I would never give up. I would never quit. I would just plow forward no matter what, because of being laughed at. That solidified my decision, because I didn't want to be laughed at ever again. And if somebody else told me it was foolish, I just brush it off, because I knew I'd seen people that were successful already doing this stuff. So determine your why, determine what's important to you in life, and what you're willing to do to get there. Otherwise, the only other option is what you're currently doing. And if you don't like what you're currently doing, you're not going to like it 10 more years from now. So don't, overanalyze the business. Try to follow the steps, because the steps work. Like I said, you take a look at that leaderboard, you can see the success. You can take a look in the Facebook group, all the people that are being recognized, that have been paid. There isn't a question if Now Lifestyle works. There's not a question if Now Lifestyle is some scam, for those of you who don't know Joel and the company. They've been around online for over 18 plus years, and they have a real database servers, data center with servers on it in Schertz, Texas at the Now Lifestyle GVO headquarters. This stuff is absolutely real. And in the Facebook group, you get to see people who are making money when people get recognized for the different pin levels that they're at. That kind of stuff shouldn't be a question in your mind. The only question should be is, what am I going to do to get what I want out of life utilizing this business? What am I going to do to get there? What do I need to do? Let me do it. Get yourself out of the way. Get yourself out of the way and listen to other people that have already been successful and are already doing it, because that's all we're doing. That's all we're doing. We're just following a process, repeating our actions, and doing it in a bigger way. And everybody starts at a point, meaning you all start here and you work your way through. And there are many people flying their way up that leaderboard right now because they have a strong why. They have a huge desire to be successful in Now Lifestyle, and they are building their teams very quickly because they are following the system. So that's pretty much parts of my story in a nutshell. For those of you who come to the event, you're going to hear my story in much more greater detail and some other things that I went through along the way. But here I am 15 plus years later, and I became really good friends with Joel and Mike. I've been to the headquarters. I've been to Joel's house. Joel has been up here, and Mike has been up here to my house. They are a great bunch of people. They truly care about the success of the members and about Now Lifestyle as a company and where we're headed. It's became, you start to feel like you're part of something, much bigger than yourself, a family of people that, there's bonds that get created doing this business because you work together for so long, you become really, really good friends with people. And as I said earlier, a lot of the people that are on my list, my email list, some of them are my absolutely closest friends, because some of them have been on my list for over 10 years. Some of them a little bit longer than that. And that's why the follow-up process is so important in building a list of leads and the email list, is because that never goes away. You build a loyal following that stays with you, and you connect with them and you become partners. It becomes much more than just somebody on your list. So when Now Lifestyle was launched February 6th or 7th of 2017. We're a little over a year and a half into the launch of Now Lifestyle. Many of the first people that joined me have already joined me before in other things and have joined me, and we've already been great friends. So it becomes no big hurdle to get people to sign up into your business, because you've already solidified relationship building. And that's what the follow-up process is, by building your email list and being able to follow up with people every day through follow-up messages and people replying and broadcast emails to your list. That process is critical to your success. Richie, see you there. Yes, I will see you there, definitely. And I hope you all find a way to get to the event, no matter what your circumstances are. Years ago, the first event I ever went to, I actually cut what are called balsam boughs. They're used in making Christmas wreaths. And I think at that time, the event that I went to was going to cost me totally around $500. Now, this is years ago, many, many years ago. And we sold enough of these balsam boughs to a wreath making company that would have paid for our event trip and then some, and actually paid for a couple other people, because we actually were so determined to get there that we had a few other people join us that wanted to go too, and we cut enough for every one of us to go, including actually my sponsor in the business helped us cut them too, and it helped pay for part of my sponsor's trip to that event. You got to do sometimes whatever it takes if you want to be successful. There's no hiding it. There's no cutting a rug on it. There's no, you got to do whatever it takes sometimes if you want to be successful. Sometimes you sacrifice something in the beginning to get a lot in the end. Ask yourself this question. I don't know how old you all are, but would you like to have been free at 39? Or if you're not 39, would you like to be free by the time you are 39 and not have to work for anybody? Would you like to build a dream home? Would you like to remodel your own home and not go take out loans to do it? Would you like to walk into a car dealership and pay for a car in cash or 2 cars in cash? I'm not saying these things that the business is all monetary, but this is the majority of the reasons why people decide to do this stuff. Why they got involved in a lifestyle is to either improve their health and fitness or to make money. And, that's what the money can do. Money buys you time. It buys you so many different things. It's unreal. And, I love the health and wellness aspect, but my passion is on the free part because of my story and the things I told you all tonight, what I went through. That's why my focus is always, I do tell people about the health and wellness part of No Lifestyle and the physical products because I take them all the time. And that's a whole nother aspect. But with the money side of No Lifestyle, it can literally set you free. And I love to spread that message because of how it changed my life when I came from the situation that I had gotten in years ago. That freedom, it's a passion of mine. And if you haven't tried, since I mentioned the physical products and the health and wellness side, if you haven't tried the physical products yet, make sure you do. If you haven't done any research about fiber and what it can do for you, I used to have acid reflux really bad and heartburn for like 2 years straight. And I started taking our fiber product, and my acid reflux and heartburn actually are gone. I no longer have it. And it used to be really bad. I was afraid to eat pizza or anything with red sauce anymore, tomatoes, anything with acid in it. I was deathly afraid to eat it because I knew I was going to suffer for about a day and a half every time. I'd wake up in the morning with heartburn. I'd go to bed with heartburn. Totally gone. And heartburn can be totally horrible for your health. It can literally kill you because of what it can do to your esophagus and forms of cancer and stuff like that it can cause, and the stomach acid. It's just really bad stuff. And a lot of people in this world suffer from acid reflux and heartburn. And that's part of the other thing I try spreading the message on is fiber. You can go look it up on Mayo Clinic website or HealthMD or WebMD or whatever they're called. Look up fiber and what it actually does for blood sugar, to your digestive system. And I love nutrition. That's another passion of mine. I've always taken supplements and always have. And I at one time was in very, very good physical condition. I used to work out all the time, but that was before I hurt my back and I herniated 2 discs at work years ago. But I never read about fiber. I never thought about fiber. Fiber was never on my radar. I knew you had to have fiber and it was in foods, but I just never really looked it up. But so if you have the chance, look it up and, try our fiber product. If you haven't tried the physical products yet, it's amazing. And especially if you have, anything to do with your digestive system, your outer end, I could tell you a whole nother story of how fiber helped my wife. But if she would have known about it sooner, or, I had known about it sooner and read up on it and what it can do for you, it would have saved my wife in a tremendous amount of pain, tremendous amount. And that's why I love Now Lifestyle too, is because, as a marketer, what do I do a lot of the times? I'm not as physical as I once was because I don't have to go bust my back at work, some 9-to-5 job. I'm here at my computer when I'm working, or on my phone, or on a tablet, but I'm more sitting when I'm doing that. So I love that Now Lifestyle is a combination of health and wellness and the monetary side of building financial freedom. because, all the money in the world is worth nothing if you're dead. And I've seen a lot of marketers go downhill because this is all they did, and they weren't as physically active anymore, and they weren't watching their health. And that was a great reminder when Now Lifestyle launched and we joined. There's a health and wellness aspect of Now Lifestyle. I love it, absolutely love it. And my whole family wears the Now Lifestyle hats. Me and my dad walk every day together, and he's got his Now Lifestyle hat on. We all have them. We take the product, and because it keeps us healthier, it keeps us feeling better. And I want to have my dad around. He's actually my stepdad, but I don't consider him my stepdad. I want to have him around for years yet, because my biological father died when I was 1. I never knew him. He actually died from a heart attack. So I spread the word as much as I can and share in the Now Lifestyle movement and experience, because it is so wonderful, and that we have the combined of the health and wellness and the financial freedom through building a business that shares health and wellness with other people, because that's a huge part of it. I don't understand how to earn in this business at all. Somebody just asked that question, and I'm actually going to close the chat for a sec because I'm going to answer this, but I'm going to go grab something that I want to post in there real quick. Let me just grab it here. Just take me a second. Right there it is. All right. Okay, I commissioned by building your email list. Yeah, I could copy that. That's pretty long to post in the chat. I am going to just kind of answer this question instead. Okay, I don't understand how to earn in this business at all. The way marketing works online is you need to be building your list, just like I was talking about earlier. You need to be building your list by getting leads. You either can buy the leads through Now Lifestyle directly, or you can generate your own leads. And you generate your own leads by advertising lead capture pages, by presenting an offer. And that's the same way the Facebook leads done for you ones in Now Lifestyle work is Joel goes, presents an offer, and they opt in because they want to know more information, and they get distributed then to people who purchase them. So it's all about leads, having people that are interested in your offer, Mohammed. And when they're interested in your offer, now because they became a lead in the lead capture system, you can follow up with them. You can send them daily emails to try to connect with them and answer their questions about the business. You can share your personal Now Lifestyle links with them through the emails and share the opportunity and the products. So then every time somebody is interested and they join you in Now Lifestyle and they purchase any of the products through your links, because you have personalized links for the products, for the main products of Now Lifestyle and the physical products, people can purchase them. You will earn a commission. And we have multiple ways of getting paid. Now we have personal commissions, which means your personal referrals. Anybody you refer to Now Lifestyle that purchases any of the products, those are personal commissions. You have the binary side of the business, the binary commissions, which is through teamwork, meaning there is a tree or a downline as you build it. Everybody that you refer and your referrals refer, if they decide to build the business, become part of that tree, your family, your downline. And then you're paid off of volume of your right and left leg of the binary. So that's another way you get paid. And then we have some what we call top tier commissions with the NLS University and NLS Pro, which is a top tier type product where you make larger commissions if you own that as well. But it's all off of sales. You have specialized link. That's, sometimes people with this marketing stuff don't understand that you have links that are coded and tracked to you. So when you advertise them to people on your list because you're using lead capture pages to build your list because you're following the system, when you email them, you have links to send them. And when they join your personal team and they purchase any of the products, or they join as a customer and they purchase any of the products, you make a commission. It's simple, but just keep attending the webinars, keep reading emails from Joel and your sponsor. Keep reading the emails, keep following along, and watch the videos in your members area, and everything will start to make sense. And it doesn't have to make sense all at once, because this is not a race. You're not racing somebody else. You are going to learn as you go and earn as you go, because everything starts to make more sense, and it takes a little bit of time, like I explained earlier, to understand this stuff. It's, just like you start a brand new job. You don't understand the job the minute you walk onto it and you're like running the show. You don't even know where the bathroom is. You don't even know where your break room is, or what you need to do specifically, or it all is a learned, there's a little bit of a learning curve that everything will make more and more sense to you. But that is a basic breakdown of making money with no lifestyle. Is you have specialized links. You're going to be building your email list. You're going to be getting leads in your lead capture system. You're going to follow up with those people with and share the products and services. And when they purchase or become a customer or decide to join your team, you make commissions. So fiber rocks. Yes, Donalyn, fiber absolutely rocks. I love fiber. My wife loves fiber now. She takes fiber religiously every single day, and I make sure she does. There's no more going without fiber for my wife, and that's one of our products, Mohammed, fiber. People can purchase fiber in their members area, and you can make a commission when you refer people and they go purchase the fiber. You'll earn a commission. My wife went through an absolute worst pain for 6 weeks, a little bit longer than that, where it was horrendous, that I don't wish it on anybody. She literally was sleeping in the bathtub after a surgery she had. And she takes a fiber every single day, every single day. So you have do a lot of videos to explain, or that come in time. Yeah, I do a lot of how-to videos. Any of you can look me up on YouTube, and I do a lot of how-to videos for Now Lifestyle, and many other people in the business do as well. You can search YouTube for the YouTube videos. If there's anything in specific that you want to know how to do, I'd be happy to share the how-to videos with you, because that's what they're meant to do, is help people. I do screen share, walk people through exactly how to do something, even like purchasing the Facebook leads. It's simple to do, but I still did a video on it because I try to make it as simple as possible for everyone. We're all a giant team. It doesn't matter who your sponsor is. We're all a giant team. We want everybody to be successful, because the more people that are successful, the better it is for the company, the better it is for the business, period. NLS has videos in the back office, yes, that show you how to do a lot of the things as well. We cover some things just a little bit more sometimes in detail. But the whole process of these webinars, that's why you attend these webinars. That's why they're the steps in the back office, is you just follow them. It's that simple. You just follow them. Yeah, everybody will have a knack for somebody's videos. You'll relate, and that's the thing. That's why you'll just relate to different people differently, and that's okay. We have some people that we personally sponsor that follow some other people, like Daniel and Janet, and I've had some of their people come and follow some of the videos and stuff that we've done, just because they related differently to us, and we just help them. That's why I say we're all a giant team. It's just, that's why we do these webinars. Everybody on here is part of everybody's teams. And we just share as much as we possibly can to help everyone move forward and drive towards their dreams and goals. So